Good morning, one and all. Thank you for joining on Sunday morning, and we are learning about communication part as in context of distribution in the financial domain per se. So we are going to learn what are the words to be used, what are the words to be not used in the communication part. That is the agenda of this particular video. And initially, first 45 half an hour to 45 minutes uh, we'll be talking about how investor or anybody, okay, investor or it can be anybody, human beings, process the information in their mind, how the processing of the information happens one way, and then we will get to know why he reacts the way he reacts. Okay, so first we are understanding in this video that how the information people process the information. Okay, and for that we need to understand the build a context first in this for this program, because straight away I get into words, then it will not be justice to the concept. Okay, so we need to understand ourselves as well as the client. So once you understand somebody, it is easy to deal with him. Okay, once you know what it is, once you know how he is processing the information, then it is easy for you to give the material the way he processes. Okay, so it is, you need to be really, really focused when I speak in this particular session, because every word is important. If you're doing multitasking with this, then you may miss out some links. Okay, so my advice to you is just focus on the words that we are going to talk. Understand what I'm trying to say, because it needs a lot of concentration. So just be there and listen to us. So the program is going to be there till 12. Okay, I need 2 hours. That's what I have discussed in the message also. So the video is going to be for 2 hours. So let's start with something that we are talking about. Okay, so we are in a next gen MFD support session. So welcome to Knowledge Bell. My name is Vinod Tantri, and I'm a founder of this organization by name Knowledge Bell. So we are talking about, we are in a support session 2, that is we talk about the communication part. So the overview is the Knowledge Bell aims at holistic growth of its participants in becoming successful entrepreneur as a financial intermediary. We encourage intermediaries to be one-stop top shop. Nice word, right? One-stop top shop. OSTS. Type in the chat box. You are all, I want you to be OSTS. One-stop top shop. That's what we discussed yesterday also. So one-stop top shop. Type in the chat box OSTS for the client's financial need. Yours should be one-stop top shop for clients' needs. Okay, so when we are interacting with the client, you may have all the products in the world, but if you are not able to build a bonding with the client, then it becomes a challenge. Okay, he may like your products, but if he's not liking you, then what is the use? So that's what we are going to build a gap. I'll try my best. Whatever I know, I'm going to share with you, and I'm very much sure that it will be a learning for you. What will you learn? Okay, how to connect faster with the clients by knowing how he is processing his information. Everybody processes the information different way. As we speak, as I'm speaking to you, different people process the information in different way. Better business conversation ratio, as we build a rapport, as we understand, as we handle the clients in questions better way, the business conversion happens in a better way. Objection handling. Okay, then we'll also talk about love languages. What are the love languages that can help us to um, connect with the client, interact with the client, ask right questions with the client. Okay, that's what we are going to do today. So great, let's go ahead. Sales skills. Okay, I always believed that if money can buy something buy something in today's world, that is skill. The best thing that money can buy is the skill. It can be skill of talking, it can be skill of um, might be stock market related thing, it can be skill of writing, it can be skill of anything, presenting, anything. It can be skill of sales, anything. The skill is important. And yesterday we also showed the importance of that skill. So skill number one, active listening. Correct? Active listening is one important skill. It sounds very, very simple. अरे सुनने में क्या है? But listening is not hearing. Hearing and listening meant there are two different things. These are two different things. Hearing is different. Sunna, or I don't know the other word of Hindi, but listening and hearing is different. Correct? I will make you experience what is listening and what is hearing. Okay. So listening includes might be reading between the right lines. Listening includes the facial expressions that the person sitting in front of you is giving. Listening includes body language that he is doing. Same presentation, I can sit like this and do. Active listening, understanding customer, staying positive, ability to handle objection. So this is, so now suddenly what happened moment I sit like this, correct? The energy is not getting passed to you, correct? Energy is not flowing. So listening is that whether there is an energy in front of you, whether you can see the energy in the person who is sitting in front of you, that is also a listening. Okay, there is multiple layers of listening. Understanding the customer. Okay, we will talk about that, how we can understand the customer. In first meeting, you can see a lot of things happening around and you can have some pointers to say that, okay, this client might be like this. Okay, staying positive. Yesterday, we discussed about 15 quotes. Okay, if you read that or when you read that quotes every day, it's going to be wonderful. You will leave, you will stay positive. Sales is a process where you are bound to listen to no. You will get no's. More no's you get, more rejections you get, more faster you grow. More rejections you get, more faster you grow. So that is what staying positive. Ability to handle objections. How to handle objections we're going to learn. Building trust and relationship with the client. How you can build trust. When you're addressing his pain point, then you build the relationship. Okay. And when you handle his objection properly, you build trust. Okay. So these are the some things that we are going to understand. So before going into client point of view, let's quickly do an experiment. Then, and we'll see what is this. So take a moment and look around you. Notice where you are and the different things that are happening around you. Take 30 seconds time and just look around what is happening around you, what is happening with you as you are sitting in front of this laptop, what is happening with you. Just take 30 seconds time. Just take 30 seconds. I'm giving a pause here. If you can switch on your cameras, it would be great. Okay, because I will have more energy when you switch on your camera. Just look around. Once you are done, just type done. Once you are done, just type done. Take a moment, look around, notice where you are and what is the different things that are happening around. This session is about experiencing. This would have been much better if it is offline. But Purushottam BG says, sir, done. Others. For time being, don't think about client and all that thing. Just it is about you. Others, once you are done, just type done. Yes. Purushottam sir says done. Vijay Kumar says done. Smitaji says done. J. Ramya says done. Great. Shiv Kumar says done. Gurpreet ji, thank you. Says done. Great. Correct. Okay. Let me ask you something. Just notice, are there people around you or not? Okay, don't answer. Okay. There are other sounds that are able to notice. Now you observe. Now you listen. Around you, there are so many sounds which you wouldn't have noticed the first instant when I told you. Correct? There's so much of sounds. Might be a two-wheeler sound, might be a auto rickshaw sound, might be a rain ka sound, might be birds, might be something happening at the kitchen. Correct? If you are in a closed space, that is a room or a hall, can notice a color of the ceiling and the color of wall. Now you notice the color of wall, which you wouldn't have noticed. Correct? I didn't notice. Okay, even though I prepared this. Now when I saw, I didn't notice. While you are listening to me, my voice, can you notice the pause and the modulation of voice? Can you notice the pause and the modulation of the voice? While you are looking at the screen, can you notice all the things present in the screen? As we speak, can you listen to the noise or the voice of your laptop? As we speak, can you feel, as you breathe, can you feel the air going and touching the skin at the nose? So what are we trying to tell is there are so many things happening around us and we tend to ignore lot of information which is happening around us. So we tend to, I'll just give you one more experiment. Just look around your room and see which are the objects which are in green. Just look around and see which are the objects around you which are looking green. Okay, done. My question is, when you were searching for green, did you see any reds around? Did you see anything with red when you were searching for green? No, correct. So we wouldn't have seen the other color because what mind observes or mind catches is what we want. Even though there are red colors around, would have observed only green. Correct. Now the objective of this entire exercise is to tell that there are a lot of information or the activities happening around us, but we tend to filter. Okay. We as a human being or animal tend to filter a lot of information. Okay. Now it is good or it is good sometime, it is also not good sometime. Okay. We will understand the concept much better and deeper way. By the way, if you can switch on your camera, it would be of great help to me so that I understand whether you are understanding or not. Everybody switching off the camera. We are only 15 people. I think it would be a great thing if you can switch on the camera. Great. Great. Notice how we are part of the world in which many things are happening simultaneously. The amount of information that we receive on a moment by moment basis is humongous. So many information happening as we speak. So many things are around us. There is a lot of information around us. The chair color, the noise, the somebody talking behind, the noise of the laptop, the colors, everything. So much of information. We use our senses to observe these information. Okay. So senses, what are the senses? It can be sight, it can be hearing, it can be touch. You can touch the one more information that you have is the seat that you are sitting in, the chair that you are sitting in, the your skin and your cloth and your chair, the touch is also an information. Correct? The smell that you are getting in your room is also an information. The taste that you are getting in your, as you speak, as you listen, just observe what is the taste of your. So all this is an information. Okay, so many things happening around us. Okay, now what is the connection with this thing? So we'll take it forward. But as a lot of information happening around us, but there are some constraints because of which we cannot take all the information and use it. Okay, or we take the information but we process it in a different ways. There are three constraints that we have. One is called as neurological constraints. Okay, neurological constraint is human inability. So humanly it is impossible for us to listen to the sound of uh, let's take a bat. Okay, bat hota hai. What is the Hindi version of bat? What do you, gidad is it? What is Hindi bat? Bat को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं?
चमगादड़.
हाँ, चमगादड़. So चमगादड़ passes, he creates a sound, it seems. जब चमगादड़ creates a sound, humanly it is impossible for us to listen because the frequency, the speed at which चमगादड़ or the bat passes the sound, humanly for us it is impossible. Scientifically it is proved that we can't listen to चमगादड़'s sound. So they like that. We can't listen to a normal sound of an air. Okay. So these are all human inabilities that we have some constraints. Thank God we have that constraint. Otherwise, we'll be listening to everything. So that is one. Second is social constraints. Now here the actual thing starts. Social constraints means our beliefs, our values, the way, the place we took birth, the family that we took birth, the values our families gave it to us, the beliefs that families have passed on to us, the incidents, the events that happened with me in my school, in my college, in my first job, in my second job. These build our beliefs, values, the way we understand the language of words, our behavior, and so on. These are the second constraints. Because whatever information that is passed on, we put it in our belief systems. Now somebody is telling that Ghar Ghar Tiranga, do this Ghar Ghar Tiranga. Some people are telling that it is not a political issue and all that thing. Now, this is their belief values because from their backgrounds. Somebody says that some people are, when the communal rights were happening, some people sit at home. They want to be get protected. They don't want to go out. But there are other set of people who like ready to fight, ready to die. So this is social constraints, the beliefs, values that we have, the information gets passed on through that. Okay. So we should know, we should be conscious that this is what happens. So beliefs, values, the way we understand the language and the words, the client, the way he understands is there is a constraints. He has these constraints, he has these beliefs. A set of people who believe, there are a set of people who believe that we should not earn interest income. Okay, there are castes which believe that they should not earn interest income, but the entire world believes that they should earn good interest income. Correct? There is Sharia law. Those who believe that they should not earn money from the liquor or the sale of liquor or something. So they don't invest in stocks which are into liquor. So beliefs, values, we need to have that in mind. That is one constraint. Second is individual constraints. Individual constraints is likes, dislikes, interest, skills, strengths, and weaknesses. Okay, individual constraints. You would have observed, say, some kids or some even us, we don't like sweets. Of course, I love sweets, but I'm just telling. Some people don't like sweets at all. It is not that it by nature, by in their DNA, they don't like sweets. They can't sustain, they can't tolerate somebody eating sweet also. I had somebody in my office. The moment I talk about sweets, she says like this. So it is likes, dislikes. So the point is that we are just understanding the process of information that we pass through. Okay. Now let's go ahead one step ahead. Now, based on this social constraint, individual constraints, we build filters. Okay. Filters कैसा होता है? हिंदी में फिल्टर को क्या बोलते हैं? छलनी, छलनी नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं? हिंदी में फिल्टर्स को क्या बोलते हैं? हिंदी वाले मुझे हिंदी सिखाओ. क्या बोलते हैं?
छलनी बोलते हैं.
हाँ, छलनी बोलते हैं. सो छलनी में से इंफॉर्मेशन जाता है. छलनी होता है 1 2 3 छलनी, 3 filters. We will have 2 3 4 5 filters. More people have more, some people have more filters, some people have less filters. So filters, these are filters. So same filter ho jata hai. Filters are beliefs, values, understand language and words. You have a standard presentation for clients. You go and do standard presentation to your clients. Some people like this presentation very much and they start building relationship and they invest through you. Same presentation, you do it to some other client. He is not liking it. He doesn't want you to do presentation. नहीं, stop कर दो, पता है ये सब मुझे. So why? Because of their filters. Beliefs, values, way they understand language and words, likes, dislikes, interests, skills, strengths, and weaknesses. So filters are like this: coffee filter, tea filter. Okay. Some filter, some brain ka filter is very simple, traditional filter. Okay. कुछ लोग with they have a traditional filter. कुछ लोगों का filter इतना गंदा है कि देखो. Okay. गंदा filter है. कुछ लोगों का very sophisticated filter है. लेकिन filter तो है. Okay. Filter तो है. So there are filters. Now information is passed. Whether 100 information is passed, he may take only few and remaining either upar रुक जाता है. So there is few further, if I dive deep, there are filters like something called as distortions, generalization, and deletion. So first filters are behaviors, their value systems, their understanding, language, words, likes, dislikes, interest. So as a person who is into financial services industry, when you are listening, when you are observing, you should listen to, you should see from your five senses, that साइट में देखो कि ओके, घर में कितना क्लेनलीनेस है, घर में कौन सा भगवान का, कितने भगवान का फोटो रखा है. You will get to know how ट्रेडिशनल ही इज. ओके, कौन सा कलर यूज किया है, कुछ घर में डार्क कलर, वाइब्रेंट कलर, that aggression, it shows the aggression. So there are many things that you can observe, many things. The quality of the furniture, whether client is very specific, everything is given, information is around you. That's what we are trying to tell. Information hota hai, everything is available. When you moment you get into the client place, you need to observe all these things. That means you will get to know what types of filters he has, or what types of filter को ये ज्यादा information दे रहा है, कौन सा filter को ज्यादा importance दे रहा है. Okay, you will get to know. Hope you are getting a feel of what I am trying to say. Okay, you are getting it, just type say getting it. Okay, and just participate, because otherwise मुझे नींद आ जाए. If you get sleep, I am fine, but if I get sleep, that's the issue. Are you getting it? Yes. Okay, so might be a new information, so thoda time lagega, but you need to practice this. Great, let's go ahead. So we'll talk about one more set of filters. Now this is a internal filter. Okay, abhi ye hai, this is as we use words. There are three filters. By the way, this concept is taken from neuro-linguistic programming. I told yesterday that I am a NLP certified person, and I've taken this concept and made it relevant to the context of financial advisory. So let's take three more filters: distortion, generalization, and deletion. This will help you in objection handling. Okay, let's first understand what are these three: distortion, generalization, and deletion. Generalization का मतलब क्या है? Okay, generalization का मतलब है, generalization is the process of taking something specific and applying it to more broadly. एक sample लेके और one small experience of yours, you are making it as general. Single event represented as a lifetime experience. Single event represented as a lifetime event. You went to a sweet shop and tasted a sweet, and from that, on that day, you had a stomach upset. And you believe from that day onwards that all sweets are not good. That is called as generalization. So you are generalizing. Okay. You entered the class like this online way, and you realize that trainer is using lot of jargon, lot of complicated words, and you suddenly realize or decide in 15 minutes, you decide, "Arey, ye to very difficult concept. Okay, this entire training is going to be very full of jargons." That is generalization. Now, client use generalization as we speak. I always see scams in stock market. Is generalization. Okay. The word always is a generalization. So you need to observe, is client generalizing? Every time I invest, markets crash. Generalization. Every time. No one made one money. No one made money in mutual funds. No one made money in mutual funds. So is generalization. Can you give me some? I'm asking you people, can you give me some samples for generalization quickly? Can you give me some samples for generalization? Examples for generalization in chat box quickly. Examples for generalization in chat box. Srinivas, Kini, Dr. Pranika. Yes, I got one. Yeah, politicians. All politicians are corrupt. Okay. Srinivas Shivkumar sir says all politicians are corrupt. Great. Any others? People being, yes, typecast. Okay. No, I'm not asking explanation. I'm asking example. मुझे तो हमेशा नुकसान होता है. Correct. मुझे तो हमेशा नुकसान होता है. I always get into loss. Now, let's see. No one ready to invest. No one ready to invest, sir. Okay, FD भी नहीं कर रहे हैं लोग. कितने लोग? कितने से बात किया? सर मैंने एक मेरे घर के इस साइड वाले से बात किया और घर के उस साइड वाले से बात किया. आगे और पीछे वाले से नहीं बात किया क्योंकि मुझे डर लगता है. ओके, लेकिन आई हैव डिसाइडेड दैट नो वन इज रेडी टू इन्वेस्ट. हाउ मेनी पीपल आई स्पोक? 2. करेक्ट. नेवर मेड मनी इन म्यूचुअल फंड. मुझे तो नुकसान ही होता है. करेक्ट. सो क्लाइंट, war situation across. Okay, war situation across. How to answer this? How to handle this? Don't answer this question. Handle this question. Generalization. I always see scams in stock market. Always. Don't say always. ऐसा मत बोलो. Tone matters. Last time somebody told, sir, how can I ask client always? You should be polite to ask. Client says, I always see scams into stock market. And you say, always. Pause. Abhi, I always see scams in stock market. And you say always. What will client say? Or what will client think? You can switch on the... आप बात कर सकते हैं मुझसे. What do you think the client will say if you client says that I always see scams in stock market and you say always? Always. क्या बोलेगा client? बोलिए. What do you think client will say? What do you think client will say? Yes. What do you think client will say? Yes. Varalakshmi ji.
Sir, he may feel insulted.
He will feel insulted only if your tone is not right. Do you feel that he will get insulted or he will question himself?
Generally, sir, he will be having the ego. He will always feel that that may spoil our relationship.
You think you will, okay, it will spoil your relationship. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? What is your feeling? Anybody else? Purnima ji, Sharad, Murugappa sir, Yeramya.
It will create a question in themselves. Is it always? Because they have they had a confusion, they had a untrust on the mutual fund before. If they question themselves, is it always, then they will keep on questioning themselves and they will get clarity.
Okay. Anybody else? Because I don't want to answer this because it should come from your side. So one person says he will get insulted. Second person says that he will be actually putting the question back to himself, that is it always?
Sir, I feel instead of counter arguing, it is like a counter arguing always. So our tone may be polite, but instead, first of all, we agree with him. Yeah, but it is then we try to convince him it is not always. It is in, of course, in some of the investment we do lose it, but it is not always. There are some good investments also in the market, which we can definitely try.
Okay.
We can try to persuade him.
Okay. Yes, Shivkumar sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah. See, if he says initially we can agree to his viewpoint initially, and since he is looking at from a particular angle, and we can say it's not 100%, but sometimes it happens. So that way we can try to direct him.
Okay. Captain Gurpreet ji, take it. What is your view, sir? Okay. Maitri Shah, बोलिए. Okay. So let's go back. Yes. So try this, might be with some incidents, and what you told also right, that you can say that, okay, I will handle this in a way. Yes, sir, this is what it is. I agree with your point, but it is not always necessary. Okay. Every time I invest, the market crashes. Every time, seriously. Every time, or a year of investment, or say which year, sir? Which year you invested? When did this happen? So dive deep into the information. You are asking which year did you invest? Okay, and might be how many years you invested. So instead of making it generalization, you are diving deep into that and then taking the specific information. No one made money in mutual funds. Okay, or which mutual funds? Who? No one. So you are basically trying to get in. Okay, no one. You try this, means I don't know whether you have tried this or not, but try this with the client if possible. No one. Then client himself is, means no one means ऐसा नहीं कि किया है लोगों ने. I know that people have made money. I'm not telling no, but मैंने नहीं किया. Okay, sir. Now get into this. Now let's understand why you didn't made money. No one ready to invest. No one. How many did you speak to? Suppose, say, if I am speaking to my staff and the staff says that, sir, I called, sir, nobody is ready to invest. No one. How many did you call? How many did you speak to? Distributors say, when I train them and after ARN, sir, कोई भी invest करने को ready नहीं है. कोई भी नहीं है. इतना सब तो information हो रहा है. So many investors are coming in. 30% growth in the number of folios. Correct? So this gives whatever facts that you are going to present, this gives an space for that fact. That's what I'm trying to tell. Never made money in mutual funds. Who never made? You never made money, but people have made money. Okay, isko thoda carefully handle karna hai. As you told, the tone makes a lot of difference. The tone at which I am telling may be slightly stronger, but it makes a lot of difference when you speak, and the age of the client. If you are at 50s and the client is at 25, आप थोड़ा age का advantage ले सकते हैं. No one. Or client is like very humble to you, you can do this. If the egoistic client hai, okay, then you need to give a presentation. And one more important point I observed is bigger the client, shorter the presentation. Bigger the client, shorter the presentation. Don't take your 42 slide presentation to a large client. So he will give you only 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay. Never made money in mutual funds. War situation across. So basically, these are generalization questions that we need to segregate and understand. We'll move ahead to the next one. Deletion. Deletion is the process by which selective pay attention. That means there is an information, but you pay attention to a selective incident or the selective data only. Certain dimensions of our experience and exclude others. You have 10 experiences, but you give importance to only one experience. Okay, remaining ka delete kar diya. You are not passing on that information. I am uncomfortable. So client is telling I am uncomfortable. Okay, uncomfortable about what? How can I help you, sir, to become comfortable? What is making you uncomfortable? Instead of saying that you are uncomfortable, sorry, sir, we'll meet next time. Sir, what is that making you uncomfortable? Among these features of the this product, which is that one point that you are uncomfortable with? Which is that one feature of the product which is you are uncomfortable with? So generalization, deletion. Okay. Great. So 1 minute. So I am uncomfortable. She is better, she is smarter, and she is faster. Okay. She is better. She is better than whom? That scheme is better. That scheme or that product was much better. Okay. So see, basically what we are trying to do here is adding conversation, involving client into conversation. So moment client says that product was much better, you are asking him, okay, how that was much better, sir? Can we know so that I can help you out in giving you that part also? So she's better, she's smarter, she's faster. FD investments are better. Better than what? FD investments are better. Better in what sense? You are dying deep. So how you ask is dependent on you. How you ask dependent on the client background that you know. They don't invest. Nobody is investing. They don't invest. Everyone has already invested. Correct? Everyone has already invested. MF investments are better than MF. Okay, whatever. About what? With whom? I am uncomfortable. Okay, you can ask like which section of the product, what is that one uncomfortable, so that I can give you more information. So she is better. She's better than what? Even this is not, just don't think about the client. This can be for your family also. You are speaking to your daughter also. She's much better. Okay. Better than, smarter than, faster than whom? Correct. So this is how it goes, the deletion part of it. So basic examples, what we have given is to understand that whether the client is deleting some information so that you are trying to get in that information which is crucial for taking the decision. Everyone has already invested. Who everyone? Your staff says everyone in the already invested, sir, nobody is ready to invest. Or you say, you are a new distributor, you say that everyone is already invested. You might be telling yourself that everyone is invested, yeah. Nobody is ready to invest. Who everyone? Distortion. Distortion is nothing but a manipulation, manipulating the information. Information is there, but you are manipulating the information. Okay, either you are making it extraordinarily high, 1% kuch hua tha, you are showing it as 50% or 100%. एक जगह पे something went wrong and you are telling that everywhere. Auto rickshaw drivers, you had one or two incidences where auto rickshaw driver, you had a quarrel with auto rickshaw drivers. Okay. You know that you had only two incidences, but you are manipulating and telling, let's not go in an auto because you want to go in a cab. They said, no, auto rickshaw drivers, no auto rickshaw drivers. I don't want to deal with them because I know that I want to go with in a cab only because I want to get that comfort. Generally, these distortions are made to give interpretation of information received so that the interpretation information is in sync with the generalization. So basically, distortion is combination of deletion and generalization. It can be combination of distortion and deletion. So now why are we studying all these things? What is the objective? Objective was to understand how client processes the information and how we process the information. Now, if you observe the filters, behaviors, I'm just taking you back. The filters, behaviors, values, understandings, likes, dislikes. Everyone has different likes and dislikes. Everyone has different background. That means everyone sees the information in their own way. Everyone sees the information, consumes the information in different ways. And we take the information like this. We have the world that we observe our senses. We observe the world in our senses. Then we use certain filters, generalization, deletion, and distortion, and we filter the world. Now, what happens? Now, let me show you the next slide and then we'll take you forward. Now, just imagine you are standing on a hill, top of a hill. Okay, top of a hill. And you are seeing the nature. This is the forest. And end of the forest or end of you, wherever you can see, that is a boundary that you feel that you are into. Correct? आप एक पहाड़ के ऊपर खड़े होके देख रहे हैं, you can see a greenery around, but there is a limit to which you can see the greenery. For you, that is the boundary. But is that the boundary? Is that the world ends there? I'm asking you, is the world ends there? आप जहां तक देख रहे हैं उधर तक ही इंफॉर्मेशन आपको इधर तक दिख रहा है, उधर तक ही है आपका. So and you feel that this is the boundary. Do you think that is the boundary? That is not the boundary. Right? उसके आगे भी है. The point number one, what we are trying to say is everybody sees the information in different parameter and वो बोलता है कि अरे हाथी को पकड़ के बोलता है कि अरे ये तो रस्सी जैसे लग रहा है, ये तो पंखे के जैसे लग रहा है. So this is how the information gets processed. Okay, now we will take it forward. So we are also trying to say that our perception of the world is depending upon the degree of distortion and deletion that we do. Correct? So we understand in interpretation is the subjective reality which may at a time be very different from the objective reality. Okay. So everybody thinks somebody कान पकड़ के बोल रहा है कि ये तो fan है, somebody is telling it's a wall, somebody is telling it's a rope, somebody telling it's a tree, somebody telling it's a snake, and somebody telling it's a spring. Okay, so this is how the information gets processed, and that's what we say that map is not a territory. जैसे आपने पहाड़ के ऊपर खड़े होके देखा, आपको बाउंड्री लग रहा था. Is it a territory? No, it is not the territory. So when we give an information, our objective should be to break that territory and say that sir, उसके आगे भी कुछ है, हम थोड़ा आगे आपको लेके जाएंगे. Okay, if within that information everything is working, it is great. But when you say, sir, there is something called as financial planning, there is something called as a goal planning, there is something called as retirement planning, there is something called as a will creation, there is something. What you are telling is you are expanding the territory. So information should be expanding the territory. और उसको बोलो कि इसके आगे भी कुछ है. That's what we are trying to do. So this is how the information processing understands. So let's do a quick review of what we understood till now. When people discuss their problems, they generally think they are talking about objective reality, but what they really are talking about is a subjective reality. Okay. Say objective reality, the problem is, sir, मुझे तो saving ही नहीं हो रहा है. I am not able to save money at all. Okay. Is the problem that a client is talking about. Now, if you feel, okay, if client, you know that the client earning is 2.5 lakh rupees a month, but he's still not able to save, then you need to dive deep and understand that subjective reality kya hai. What is that? Okay. And help him to expand his territory. That's what we do. Most problems that we think are really part of the reality are not really part of the reality. They are not problems at all. Sometime this happened with me. Some problem, challenge in the family, and I attended something called as Landmark Forum. Okay, I don't know how many of you know that. Okay, I'm currently not part of it, but Landmark Forum is an organization which basically into personality development or kind of a thing in a much wider way. And we were sitting with 100 participants, and I was also one of them. And I thought that, okay, mera itna bada challenge hai, I am in real soup in my life. Itna problem hai mere life mein, all that thing, and I am here to solve my challenge. And first 1 hour, 2 hours, it was a 3-day program. First 2 hours, people were discussing about their challenges to each other. We were supposed to discuss. And fortunately, unfortunately, I met somebody who is a widow and who is a widow. She met with an accident. Apart from that, her son has a cancer. And this lady was so so charming and so thing. And she was like, हाँ मैं तो आराम से हूँ, but मेरा सिर्फ मेरा बेटे को थोड़ा health issue है. क्या health issue है? He has a cancer. And I met with an accident, so I can't, I have a knee problem, thoda pain hota hai. I have to, thoda means I need to go to doctor every week. So my husband explained. So moment I saw her challenges, then I realized that mera challenge to kuch bhi nahi hai, tinke ke jitna hai. It is small, very small challenge. So most problems that we think we are not really the part of the reality, but simply a part of the perception. If a map perception is destroyed, so what happened in first 2 hours itself, mera paisa vasool ho gaya tha, whatever bhi paisa maine diya tha Landmark Forum ko, because what they did is उन्होंने मेरा territory जो है expand कर दिया, knowingly or unknowingly. I realized I am seeing only till what I can see, but the territory is much bigger than that. There are so many bigger problems. Suddenly my challenge became so small. So that is the thing what we need to give it. There is a high possibility that my interpretation that there is a problem is always distorted. It is right. Is it right? So we have to destroy. So this is what we do, and we have to expand that. Okay. Now, let's come to, so till now what we spoke about is how the brain processes the information. So knowing this, how does it help you? Is the first slide what we talk, listening. Listening means not only just, and using all your 5 senses. Information is around, process the information, give the information, change the tones, change the words, in a way that the client understands and takes it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just learn something. How the client processes the information. Okay, information process happens through visual, kinesthetic, and auditory. Some people like more visuals to be shown to them as you present. As you present, or they want to see a lot of information in charts and all that thing. Some people are kinesthetic. I feel some likes. So you would know, how many of you have friends who just come and hug you? Just type me. Okay, or friends or relatives, they want to have a touch and feel. So moment they come and wo aake aapke kandhe pe haath rakh deta hai. How many of you have friends, you have observed people doing this, that they come and hug you, or they come and just say, okay, they will start patting you. They will come and hold your hand. Nobody. How many of you? Yes, correct. Correct. So that's how. So they are kinesthetic. They like touch and feel. कुछ लोग हाथ पकड़ते हैं छोड़ते ही नहीं है. They'll shake hand. Correct. These are kinesthetic. There are somebody auditory. Hear what you are saying. They silently listen. They are auditory. Okay. Some people visual. So you have clients who are visual, kinesthetic, and auditory. Now there is no acid tested rule saying नहीं ये तो सिर्फ kinesthetic है. No. Some people are kinesthetic when at some events, like for some, when they come into business, they may be more visual, but in general they may be kinesthetic and auditory. Some people, when they are with their party and the family time, they are more of kinesthetic. Correct. So this is how it is. So the client, specifically in the business point of view, you need to see wo kya hai. Now, how will we get to know is the question. Information process. So visual means visual people look at a world through visual images and understand the making pictures of the visual of the making. So when you speak, not only they like seeing something, that means the charts or might be graphs or whatever, they also think in pictorial manner. Okay. Now, moment I told you, I purposefully used that word imagine. You are standing on a hilltop and you are seeing the greenery in front of you. Most of you started, I took you to the pictorial world. Okay. So that is the visual image. So now people who are more visual have more clarity. When I told you, imagine you are standing in a hill and seeing the greenery or say forest in front of you and you can see the territory. Immediately you switch to that. So people who saw that more clearly, they are more visual people and they think in a pictorial way. Even I am talking now, you are thinking in a picture format. Use words. How will we know? They use words like picture, sight, looks, view, overview, focus, clear, lazy, hazy, vision, twinkle, perhaps, like, eyeful, like, this is my insight. It looks like da da da. He's talking in that language. He uses these words, looks, views. Okay. Take a look at beyond shadow of doubt. So some words like phrases like beyond a shadow of doubts, dim. The future looks dim to me. So they are like visualizing the dimness of you. Get perspective, mind's eye. And these people generally they do like this. The eye goes to a corner. The eyeballs go to one corner and they start imagining. like this. Okay. In a sales situation, and are well selling sometime most of okay, whatever, the children on the idea of tying their rooms into the significant others, forget about this all thing. You want to give them people something to look at, so you need to give them something to look at, something you need to, okay, he'll say that send me this information. The information might be in the PPT format, or you just give him one slide which is talking. Suppose somebody says that there is a recession around, and you give him one slide which says that India is least probable possibility of getting into inflation, what do you say, recession. So this is visual thing, and that's why if you see, when we are doing presentation as it is, people get more information when the same information is given in a physical class, because he is getting not only visual, kinesthetic, and the auditory also. Correct? So that is how it goes. So we need to be conscious whether it is visual, kinesthetic, or say kinesthetic is people love to come and shake your hand. So these people you need to go and meet. Online में उनका साथ काम ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. You need to go and meet these kinesthetic people. Lead representational systems like get, feel, sensation of the thing. So basic thing I want to tell you, you need to go and meet and shake hand. That is the business. That is you for them. Moment you shake hand, that is you. Okay. Emotional, sensitive, firm, feels, touch. They use the words like heavy, burdensome, hard, weighty, pressure, all this, foundation, stress. So something which has touch and feel ka words they use. Those with kinesthetic need to be meet you in person. Your handshake is who you are for them. They need to be doing, and they process information slower than the visual and auditory people. They are very slow. Okay. Often looking down while you are presenting. They don't look at your face, they look down as you are presenting. Literally getting the feel, they want to get a feel of your words. Okay. So that is what you would have seen people like they look at something else when you are presenting, they will idhar udhar dekhenge, wo niche dekhenge. It is not that they are not listening to you, they are more kinesthetic. Auditory. Sunne wale. Auditory is to do with the hearing, where we are hearing external sounds and recalling the internal sounds. Lowering your voice. Voice modulation makes a lot of things to them. Slow it and speaking in a, for example, a romantic rhythm will cause an activation in the auditory system. Okay. So all that. So basically these are auditory people. Auditory people use the words like sound, hear, discuss. Let's discuss about this, interview, listen to me. The information is too loud. Remarks, rumors, speechless. So these are the words that they use. Sounds like, this sounds like something new to me. So this is how they use the information. They remember events experienced by the song. They will say the start, say, when I entered the hall, there was a loud sound. So auditory people. Why? Because there was, when they entered the hall, there was so many things happening around. There was a red carpet, there was a screen, there was people around. But what he started with is auditory. So often so this is not that one day you will learn. You need to be conscious about this and observe this. These are the people who happily spend hours on phone. Happily spend hours on phone listening to music and all. So these are auditory people. उनसे phone में काम हो सकता है. Okay. Love languages. So this is next 15 minutes are also important. Love languages, hypnotic sales words that generate unconscious responses in the customers. Okay. You can take screenshots of the upcoming words that we are going to share. 5 love languages. So there is 5 love languages book, from there where I took this word. So love languages are, so love languages to make your customer feel positive. Okay. Instead of using the word good, okay, or good, better, something like that, we can use these words. Thrive. We can overcome your financial challenges. We have seen there is a remarkable growth in mutual fund industry. We have seen, believe me, that we have, as a mutual fund distributors, we have supported so many families to achieve their goals. This one meeting can change the way you think. I'm using the words, okay? This one meeting can change the way you think and also refresh your vocabulary. Let's have a healthy discussion about your finances. I use one more word and use this for fixing the appointment. The word is no obligation meeting. The word is no obligation meeting. Mr. Captain Gurpreet, I know that you have been investing so long. I have something interesting to show it to you. And I want a no obligation meeting. So I'll just present it. If you like it, great. We'll go ahead. Otherwise, no obligation. Moment you say no obligation meeting, the probability of you getting the meeting is more. And please let me know the result of this. Okay, as you do, go ahead. Change, refresh, healthy, refresh, overcome. Okay, we'll help you overcome your challenges. Okay, don't use the word problem. Problem is a negative word. Use the word challenge. Okay, there is nothing called as problem. There is only a challenge. Is it helping or nahi yaar, ye to bahut theory ho gaya yaar. Is it helping? ये तो थियरी है, लेकिन आपको प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. Okay. So we need to be very conscious about words, because we are in the business of words. We are in the business of speaking. We are in the business of people. Okay. So that's what the great. So let's go ahead. Love languages 2. The first one was for positive feeling. Okay. Customer to feel positive. The second one is to build trust and relationship with the client. Okay. I guarantee you that post this meeting, you will start thinking about your future positively. Okay. You may need to write down some of the words, some of the sentences. Okay. By the way, this is highly valuable slides. First slide, this previous slide, this slide. Okay. Moment you take an insurance, you will feel protected. You are backed by people like us who are certified financial managers, and we are also backed by SEBI and qualified mutual fund managers. The industry runs like this. Mutual fund industry has a proven track record of 32 years. Proven track record of 32 years. Endorsed. Okay, so it is, the funds are being, you can use the word endorsed by the top brands of the world. Okay. Of course, don't say no risk in terms of fund, but you can use the no risk word in any other cases. Okay. So certified, the word certified that you use. Yesterday, somebody asked, can I use mutual fund advisor? No, you cannot use mutual fund advisor. You can use certified mutual fund distributor. You can use certified mutual fund distributor. Okay. So these are the words which can build trust, guarantee, protected, backed by, proven. There's a proven track record of 10 years. Okay, it is endorsed. The mutual funds are endorsed by SEBI, AMFI, and the top brands of the world. So if you follow when you follow, not if, don't use the word if. When you follow the process, there is no risk of losing money. When you follow the process, no risk of losing the money. What is the process? Invest for 7 to 10 years. There is no risk of losing the money. Wait. Another, for creating urgency, because aap kitna dhyan denge, you have to continue and close the deal somewhere. So the words used are limited time. By the way, these 3 slides, generally we take a day's time, because you are supposed to write down every sentence. एक word ka 5 examples you are supposed to write. That's what we do in the physical class. Okay, that's why take half a day time just for you really do brainstorming. Limited time. Limited time. So let's see, I've written down, so limited time, now, exclusive, easy, simple, deadline, tested, running out, urgent, rare. Mr. Raghu, you are running out of time. You are already 42. You need to fix a deadline and start investing as early as possible. And let's say, okay, Mr. Raghu, you are at the age of 42 and running out of time. I will create an exclusive time-tested, simple, and easily implementable retirement plan for you. You must act now with a deadline. I rarely insist so much. But it's urgent for you. I rarely insist so much. Okay, but it's urgent for you. By the way, something is stuck in my mind because of first example. I have seen distributors who go to their client with same wavelength discussion. Means it is not that client is, who is a client? Who is a client? Client is a God. Is it? Can I change your territory? That's what हमको बोला क्या है? ग्राहक भगवान है. Now I'll change this territory. I will change. I will expand the territory. Client is someone who has a challenge and you have the solution. Client is someone who has a challenge and you have the solution. Did the territory change? You go and sit with the client. Don't say, sir, sir, thoda. He is not giving money to you. He is investing through you. That's all. He is investing through you. So your knowledge can command, not only demand, but also command. Just imagine there are advisors who are, or say distributors, who guide people who travel in BMW and what are the other cars, whatever. Okay. Whose bungalows are worth of say 5-6 crores. but the relationship manager comes in a Wagoner. How is that possible? That you are telling him how to make money, but you are not still, you have not achieved that anything that he has achieved. Why should he listen to you? Because of your approach, because of your knowledge, because of your ability. That is the only thing that we can, that is the weapon that we have. Okay, so coming back to the inspiring customers, truth. This is inspiring words. So we have just completed these limited time, deadline, tested. This will create some urgency. Okay. Running out of time. You are already running out of time. You should have done this retirement planning at the age of 30. But Mr. Raghu, you are at 42 now. You should do it immediately. Ek kida chhod do andar. Okay. So that's how I think. So deadline, fix a deadline and start working. Even if you're not doing it with me, I'm fine, but do it. Raghu. I don't know who is Raghu, but Raghu is my example. Raghu, you are already 42 years. You should have already planned something. You should have invested something, and you are working day in, day out. And last 20 years, you have been working. Tell me what you have done. Where is the money? Be friendly. Don't be saying that, sir, मुझे कुछ दे दो. वो client आपको छोड़ के चला जाएगा. Okay. Truth. Illegal. Finally expose, secret, uncover, revealed, imagine. Inspiring curiosity in the world. In the next meeting, Mr. Raghu, next meeting, I will reveal the secret why people are investing in mutual funds. And moment I uncover the facts about those schemes, the facts about those schemes, you will be behind me to invest, or you will start the relationship. No need to use the word invest. We can start the relationship. Just imagine you being financially secured at the age of in next 10 years. Just imagine your daughter getting a seat in IIM and you are willingly ready to pay that fees. That the imagine word is like awesome. Okay, if you give weightage, I'll give highest weightage to this word imagine. Okay, then and you can have stories. And you can have stories. All stories. Product tells, story sells. Write down. Product tells, stories sell. Product tells, story sells. Have a story. What story? You will, when you meet clients, you will have a story. Or your other agent would have told you some story. This client, one of my client, I told him to invest in year 2021. Okay, he refused. He refused because he was not comfortable. But finally, after 1 month of discussion, he invested and he realized gain of more than 70% within 2 years. Now, this is what the story is. So story tells, story sells, product tells. Product ka features batate ho, lekin story sells. How would you feel? How would you feel? Just imagine though these words to be used. So finally, what is the objective of saving? Arey kuch log bolte hain saving karke kya karna hai? You are right. Finally, the objective of saving spending, but you can spend lavishly, meaningfully after 10 years. You are postponing your spending habit. so that you can spend it much better way. So these are the things that we should be using. So build rapport, first step, ask questions, write questions, find a need, link their needs to your products and services and close the deal. Sometime you need to find a need. Step 3 you may need to go back. You may see that the building rapport is not done. 1, 2, 3 and again 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 possible. If you're stuck at 1, 2, 3, then some clients take time at 1, 2, 3 and then the deal would happen. Okay. And always believe that everyone is not your client. Everyone is your prospect, but everyone is not your client. Everyone is your prospect, but everyone is not your client. Hope you understood the difference. So ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आप उस हर एक आदमी को कनेक्ट करेंगे और हर एक आदमी इन्वेस्ट करेगा. You should know your filter. Yesterday we discussed about the filter. Ask yourself, what challenge of client you are planning to solve? सर मेरे पास अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है क्योंकि मैंने अभी इंश्योरेंस और म्यूचुअल फंड का एजेंसी लिया है, इसके लिए आपको म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट करना है. 1 महीने पहले म्यूचुअल फंड अच्छा प्रोडक्ट नहीं था, बिकॉज अभी मैंने इंश्योरेंस म्यूचुअल फंड लाइसेंस लिया है, अभी म्यूचुअल फंड बहुत अच्छा है. Think on the client perspective, what is the challenge that of client you are trying to solve? Okay. If there is no challenge, you should identify the challenge. Client ko pata nahi, because his map, for him, its map is the territory. For him, the map is the territory. You need to expand the map of challenges also. You need to find out, sir, have you planned for your daughter's higher education? I believe your daughter is scoring 70, 80%, 90%. आपका उनके साथ planning क्या है? Discuss. Don't straight away get into investment. And if possible, sell. Okay, I will tell. Please remind me how to sell yourself or how I do it. You need to find out your way. But how I do it, how to sell yourself before meeting the client. You can sell yourself, not the product, before meeting the client. Great. Now, but okay, some of the words. Okay. Client says, your presentation was very good, but so that means there is an objection. Okay. So possibility, the client is trying to pacify you or say that, okay, acha tha, lekin. That lekin says that, yes, there is still objections, still work to be done. Because and however, also the words which tells you that still there is an information to be left. Now there is nothing like that, okay, sabhi information de diya, but kya bolte hain? Client is, there is no thing saying that all the information that you keep on giving. You need to take action. You need to cut a line saying that, okay, either मैं stop करूँगा. First, second meeting, third meeting based on the need. Third meeting में I will stop. Okay, I will not pursue further. I will just send him some mails and information and all. And if whenever he's ready, he will call me. Okay, the word but says there is further information required, because I'll not be able to invest now because these are information words. Because के बाद में जो आता है, but के बाद में जो आता है, that sentence is more valuable for you to take the information. I have understood all the products of yours, Mr. Raghu. However, that sentence is important. Give weightage to that sentence. Next, after but, after because, after however. And presupposition. Okay. That's the second one. Presupposition means when you are attending my next session, ensure you bring 5 more people. This is presupposition. What did I say? Whenever you are meeting my, attending my next session, or when you are attending my next session, bring 5 more people. What is presupposition is, I am assuming that you are attending my next session. Correct? Now, assume I am meeting my client on day 6th of the month. I'm telling, sir, when the month end salary comes, we will start this SIP. Now, I am assuming the client is ready to invest. I'm assuming the client is ready to invest. So it's called as presupposition. You assume half the action is done. Correct? You assume that there is a property of a client is up for sale. And you assume, sir, आपका जब घर sale हो जाएगा, then we'll sit and discuss on what to do with this. नहीं नहीं नहीं, मेरा तो loan है. It's okay, sir, no problem. It's okay. नहीं, मैंने तो decide कर लिया है कि इसको देंगे. That's okay, we'll decide, no problem. So that is called as presupposition. Okay. So that's how it goes. Now, when is my next session? Actually, might be this week. We are calling you for a, yesterday we had a session on value research, money control, how to do fund analysis. I took only 5 minutes on that slide. We will go slightly deeper and we will tell you slightly more, one more point of data in the upcoming session. Okay. Might be it is there in the, on what is the next session, might be on Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. I'll keep you posted in the group, but that is an important thing. So what am I doing now? What am I doing now? I'm actually telling you there is a meeting next. Objective of this meeting is next meeting. Okay, do that. People buy emotions and reinforce it with logic. Maruti 800 also takes you from one place to another place. Okay. BMW also takes you from one to another place. Point number 3, either human. What is the difference? What do people buy? People buy emotions. People buy emotions. People buy prestige and reinforce it with logic. नहीं उसका AC अच्छा है, नहीं वो दिखने में अच्छा है, उसका body अच्छा है, उसका body strength है, the steel that they use is much sophisticated, it has a safety features, all that is logic. So people buy emotions. Do you know which are the products which are sold through emotions? People buy emotions. Which are the products which are sold through emotions? Which are the products that is focusing on emotions? Perfect. Children's plan, emotions. Children's plan, emotions. Daughter's marriage plan. Everything. Gold. Matrimony. You see advertisements. What are they saying? They are selling emotions. A husband and wife sitting in a car and going out for a long drive. What is it? Emotion. Correct? Everything they are selling is emotion. You go to advertisement, all advertise. Today you observe. If you're watching TV today, or when you are watching TV today, observe. It is emotions. They are selling emotions. They are selling emotions. In 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, 12 seconds, 15 seconds of advertisement, they sell so much of emotions. Correct? So that's how the people buy significance, importance. PMS, portfolio management services, sir, exclusive product for HNIs. And the fund manager will have a discussion with you every month. Minimum investment of 50 lakhs. significance. Correct? You are giving the significance. It is also one kind of an emotion. You are giving significance, importance to him. You are telling him, sir, you are apart. You are not from masses. You are a different person altogether. First you, then I. First you, then I. Means first client, then I. Think about him. Empathy. Be in his shoes and think about him. First you, then I. Listen, not hear. We spoke about that. Ask right questions. Know the probable answers. Sir, would you like to invest, sir? No. Wrong question. Would you like to invest, sir? No, I don't want to. Stop, close. Ask open questions. Ask open questions. Sir, when can we sit to discuss about personal finance thing? And the biggest challenge that we have is asking a very close friend to start discussing about finance. Very close. You have chaddi dost. But how many of you find it difficult to ask this question? Can we start talking about investments with a very close friend? Call him and say that you already know Mr. Let's say Praveen. Mr. Praveen, hi Praveen, how are you? I fine and all. Praveen, you already know that I have been into this mutual fund industry now for a long time, or I just started into mutual fund industry. I have started helping many families to get into this, and many people discuss their personal finances with us. And I think it's a time for us to sit and seriously discuss about the solutions that we have. So can we sit on this Saturday? Open question. Either you will say not this Saturday. You will say either no, but he has not denied your product. So these are the things. So listen to here, ask right questions, know probable answers. People pay in time or money. Important. There are some clients who would have started with only 5,000 rupees SIP. Correct? But they give you in turn lot of clients. Identify clients who are a habit of giving referrals. I have मेरा चाचे का बेटा है वो भी कर रहा है तो उसको भी आप दे देंगे. So moment you start telling story, that you tell him that okay sir, I met today one of a person who is 21-year-old and he has a very good vision of retiring at age 45. He want to start investing at age 21. Very good. I really appreciate sir his thing. अरे मेरा भतीजा है, he is also 21 years. I think you should talk to him. This is how the stories get converted into time. So there are people who give you time. Okay, how they are giving time? They are becoming your relationship managers. So identify those people also. People pay in time or money. So there are people who give you money, but they don't talk to you. They have no reference. Don't ask me reference and all. मेरा पैसा आपके पास है, ले लो. Reference, I don't want to recommend my friends. But there are people who will be like giving you time. Self-conscious, me, I, advertisement and product. Self-conscious, I already spoke about that all the advertisements are, they don't talk much about the product. They are talking about what is that? Emotions. Okay. People, when they talk, if they are self-conscious, they will be talking about me, I, advertisement, product and all. That's what it says. They're self-conscious. They'll say mera ghar, mera. They are self-conscious people. Social conscious is they, them, market and all. So now what is the advantage? Self-conscious people are, if you tell them exclusive, sir, everybody sells SIPs, but I want to sit with you and plan as per your requirement. These are self-conscious people. They say me, I, advertisement, product, my family, my father, my daughter, all that. They talk my, I. So they are self-conscious. So sit with them and say that I want to exclusively design something for you and give it. Social conscious, they are them, market, story, they, them, public, all that thing. For them, you need to give data saying that, sir, last year, say this year, 30% increase in number of people who have done SIPs. So you are connecting the public to them. बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं, sir. That is what they want. Social conscious. बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं. देखो आपके घर के पास में रीटा, मीटा, सीटा सबने किया. Without telling them, just don't lie, but I'm telling you. So this is how you do it. So social conscious people. So idea of this presentation was to make you conscious about so many small things that when we speak to the client, and this will definitely help you increase your ability to interact with your client. Be conscious the words that we use. Okay. And one important thing is that at least for next 3 months, whatever you learned here, apply, don't supply. Okay. Because it is very difficult to convey all this message. Apply karo, start using it for yourself for next 3 months. You will see the results. Okay. That's what I had to say. Now the question is, how do you sell yourself before meeting people? What I do is, I'm sure that you would have observed a video when I introduce in an introductory session, there is an introductory video. How many of you seen my introductory video? First 1.5 minutes introductory video. You have seen that. I'll show you. You have already seen the introductory video. Great. The introductory video is, let me just take, not able to close this. Okay, so with that, I'm just stopping the recording. You people can hold on.